Research inquiry in higher education studies that explicitly seeks to examine the experiences of queer and trans students who attend HBCUs has been limited. From the early 2000s through 2012, there were a few existing qualitative studies that underscored the experiences of gay or lesbian males, also lesbian students as well, and the challenges they experienced while attending HBCUs. While this scholarship highlighted the concerns relating to LGBT students within HBCU contexts, there was and still is a dire need for additional critical inquiry utilizing more comprehensive methods and more balanced explorations regarding all marginalized gender and sexual identities in order for this discourse to progress. And to clarify, some of these issues are and have historically been addressed in the field of Black feminist studies. In 2006, the Spelman College Women's Research and Resource Center received a one-year grant from the Arcus Foundation to launch the Audre Lorde Black Lesbian Feminist Project. The first phase of a larger project surrounding queer and trans issues at HBCUs, which received major funding from the Arcus Foundation for a 3-year project beginning July 1st, 2008, and ending in 2011 with the researchers presenting their findings at a historic 2011 summit hosted at Spelman College. A few years after the summit, scholarship on these issues have gradually began to increase while the material conditions of queer and trans students remain either stagnant or worse. There's a blind eye turned to the ways in which we understand progress regarding the inclusion of queer and trans students on HBCU campuses. Researchers and queer and trans advocates have published work about the apparent increase in queer and trans-friendly campuses without paying close attention to where much of the campus labor required to make this change comes from. Former student organizers like myself have worked with researchers like Dr. Johnson, Dr. Mobley, and Dr. Sewell to combat this issue and transgress against scholarship that depicts queer and trans students through a lens of tragedy. Scholars have used content discourse analysis to examine how HBCUs implement oppressive policies towards queer and trans students as well. In fact, Dr. Lori Patton's study conducted a critical discourse analysis of Morehouse College's appropriate attire policy and discusses how issues of race and gender and sexuality converge to reveal both overt and hidden meanings embedded within the policy. She also considers how power is used towards other Black college men who neither fit neatly into prescribed gender norms nor foster representations of good Black men.
Yeah!